Salman. Okay. Please fire your artist. He's done such a bad job.
Anjali.
Okay. Ready? Hello friends, I am Anjali and today on Midday FB Live we have this lady who's not only just hot, sexy and beautiful, but she makes, biggest of the Bollywood stars give answers which otherwise they would avoid. So now today I have got the opportunity to get her here and ask her questions and make her, come up with answers which have no filter. I'm talking about Neha Dhupia. Neha, welcome to Midday.
Thank you, thank you.
Neha, first of all, congratulations for your first season that was so successful with No Filter with Neha, and now the second season. How much fun, how much exciting, and how much kind of spicy it's going to be.
Okay, I'm very confused. You were in the frame and you told me not to look at you. Did I look at you or did I
You
look at
the
Pran?
answer.
It's
Okay,
okay.
okay. From now on, I'm not talking to Anjali. I'm only talking to you. And by you, I mean the audience who I love. Thank you. So, No Filter Neha Season 1, yes, it was, if I may say so myself, in complete humility, that it was a huge success. और ये मतलब हो ही नहीं सकता था अगर हमारी जो audience है, इतनी अच्छी audience है, जो सावन के सारे listeners हैं, उन्होंने ये show सुना और इतना बड़ा बनाया कि हम अब season 2 के साथ आ गए हैं. And yes, season 2 drops today. We've launched today on the app and with our very first episode, that's Varun Dhawan, and very exciting. We've got lots more. After Varun, we have Ranveer, we have Imtiaz Ali, we have Pariniti Chopra, Vidya Balan, Sania Mirza, and 6 more mystery guests. If Anjali is nice enough to me, I will name them. Otherwise, I will only give her half the names.
No, you can please. See, there has to be no filter.
See,
So you
again,
have to
I'm
be...
looking at her.
That's fine, it's
Look
okay.
at her.
We are casual.
Be casual, no problem. We'll figure that out. So tell me, the names that you have taken, and in the first season, we have seen such big stars like Karan Johar, Kareena Kapoor. Was it very difficult to convince them with the kind of concept when you told them that this is the concept of the show, and I'm going to ask you this perhaps?
I don't think that most of the people even heard what the concept of the show was. They were like, Neha, what do you want us to do? I'm like, I just want you to arrive in a studio and talk shit with me. And they were like, okay, we'll just come. So that's what they did. And season 2 also, I was just like, you just have to arrive in the studio. And they were like, oh, you want us to come on No Filter, Neha? Let's think about it. So yeah, season 2 was like, I think I had to convince them for 5 extra minutes. But season 1, I didn't have to say anything at all because even I didn't know what was going on.
We see the comfort level, but how comfortable they are when you ask certain questions. Maybe it's about something that they wouldn't like to talk otherwise.
I never talk about their personal life. I never talk about the film that they're working on. Maybe one odd question. If it's, like with Ranveer, I spoke about one thing with Padmavati, or with Varun, I spoke about one little question with Jurva. So I don't actually really talk about their work. I don't talk about their personal life. But I talk about everything else. And that's what I want to get to the audience also. That everyone, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're a star, whether you're not, whether you're in the movies or not, you have a life beyond work and your boyfriend or your girlfriend and your husband. And that life, which is actually the most fun part of your life, that's what we talk about. So we really don't talk about anything else.
You have been into modeling, then acting, then a lot of stuff, other things that you keep doing. But then what made you think that now you want to come up with
Does this coffee have a filter? I can't have it.
You want black coffee, maybe?
No filter in my coffee.
Okay, so people get to know this. No filter in Neha's
It's a
coffee.
plug. Yes.
Yeah,
coffee.
so when you thought that, okay, now I want to do something like this, why this thought of having this kind of a show?
You mean an audio show?
Yes.
I think audio because I've always wanted to have a talk show of my own, and I think audio because I never actually I don't want to come into a space which is very crowded, like with TV, you've got this huge show called Coffee with Karan, you've got, other shows that are there on different channels, whether it's friends, celebs going with their best friends, or there's celebs just talking candidly. The one thing that I always wanted to do was, I just feel like as an actor, your gradual progression is not becoming a producer, which I have with this. This is my own production. But, in alongside Saban, I've co-produced this show. But I think as an actor, your gradual progression is, can I do something where I don't have to wear makeup? And I think an audio show is just the perfect thing because I really don't have to wear makeup. I don't have to show up looking like I'm ready for work. For me, getting ready for work is making sure my research is done, my questions are in place. I have a fabulous writer, and she does a great job. Her name is Mansi. So, like just making sure that technically I can be there without worrying that, oh, today I'm not looking a certain way. So I was like, let me challenge myself a little bit. And that's when I was very encouraged to do something that's an audio show. Plus, we don't give enough credit to our audio market. There are a lot of listeners. They do from music to original content to podcasts. Everything does really well on audio. So it's a growing market. It's great to be in that space when very few people are actually there.
To adding to this, the moment you said that I have to be myself, no makeup and all that stuff, and we are so used to stars and getting ready, camera, light, that eventually when I started this conversation with you, before we started rolling, I said, when I saw, like, I know I heard, I saw this, I saw that, exactly. But then are you like, were you very fond of listening to radio when you were a kid or something like that really attractive?
Actually, I listen to radio all the time, but this is an app, and with the world changing and technology changing and everything being like, all the information being between your ear and your palm and your little screen, it's all there. So I think the one thing that's very exciting is A, the technology that comes with it, B, that it's not radio, it's on the app, and it's on the app for life. Like season 1 is still there. You can go back to Savan, you can download the app. If not, if you already have it on your phone, आप बस जा सकते हैं, अब season 1 पूरा सुन सकते हैं. So it's not radio, it's not something that comes and goes. That's what I like about it. It's like all the other work we do, it's immortal. It's always going to be there, like our movies. And the other thing is definitely that when I was growing up, I was listening to a lot of radio. I'm also a very big fan of a lot of other audio shows. I'm a huge Howard Stern fan, and he's got like the biggest podcast in the world. So it was interesting for me to do something where I've been very fascinated, and I always think that, with all my friends who are famous people, who are celebrities, when we're sitting on our own, we're not gossiping, we're not, doing anything, we're just talking about each other, pulling each other's leg, having the most unfiltered chat. So I was just like, this is great, why can't I do this and like put it on air? And it's a very small little room, so it's just me, the guest, and no one else. We're like literally in a room like this size, and after the first 5 minutes, I think he or she forgets that they're not on camera, so they're just talking into a mic. So all of them have been nice enough, and all of them have been unfiltered and raw enough to come up and talk to me in like the most interesting way and the most witty way possible.
But which was the most, the funniest, I would say, or the most interesting that you thought as a host, that this was the perfect one? Like
My most memorable one will always be Karan Johar, because he was the first one. But apart from that, all my guests have been fabulous. I can't say that one was better than the other. I've finished, I've had 18 guests till now. There's 6 more to come between season 1 and season 2. So I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying I have preferences or I don't have preferences. But this season's been great. Varun, Ranveer, Imtiaz, Pariniti, Vidya, Sanya. The fact that, between the US Open and a big film release for a director and shoots for these actors, they take out time and come for me. And they don't need to, but they do. And nothing, for me, I can't differentiate between one and another, because all of them have been so good.
So what kind of responses have you got from them when they heard that, or when other stars who haven't been on your show yet? Any good responses?
There's been a lot of screaming. Like sometimes when I ask them a question, they're like, "What? How do you know this? I want to kill my friends for saying this." And sometimes they're like, "You have to edit this," or they're like, "No." There's been everything from like chucking mugs to like throwing hats across the room, to flying kisses to high fives, to like everything. Like I've had really extreme reactions in that room.
So generally when we are preparing, even for an interview, we go through a lot of research. So what is your research? Calling their friends and talking to them before they're coming? Or it's just that...
Exactly the research that you do, I don't do. So all the research that you check on Google and whatever is available, I have one research team that's meant to take that information, and then I read all that information and I tear it and throw it into a dustbin. Because if it's online, everybody knows it. the joy of being on No Filter is that you know the side of your celebrity or your favorite celebrity the way no one else except his or her closest people know. So yeah, we dig out information. We don't dig out dirt. We dig out past life, good and bad memories. That's how we try and say it. And yeah, I cold call a lot of their friends, their family. I reach out to a lot of people, and we have tons of fun. We have tons and tons of fun. The research, sometimes when I'm doing my research, I'm just like, what? When I was doing research on Ranveer, I was like, no, this can't be happening. And then I was like, should I even ask him this stuff? There was stuff that I had to edit even in his research.
Okay.
He was hilarious.
So now you just gave me that idea. So all that Google research or over the years of my journalism, I knew about you or found out about you. Now tell me, like direct research I'm going to do here.
No, but I'll tell you the thing about journalists. You are entitled to ask questions any time of the day, और आप लोग तो किसी के भी नहीं होते हो. हमारे तो ये दोस्त हैं. You have no loyalties. आज midday के साथ, कल Google के साथ, परसों Times of India के साथ. तो आप लोगों का तो मतलब नौकरी पेशे वाले लोग हो ना.
You have to maintain.
I have a rep to protect. The show has my name, and then I have to have an honor code and a bro code with the full film industry. There are things I know that I will never see.
Was there any time when I'm not asking to name anybody where they said, why did you ask me this or where did you get this from?
No, sometimes they say stuff. I never ask them anything. I get them to say stuff. And that's the difference. I will never ask them a question. And, you know, that's what I just try and do differently because I know where the line is. I know what boundaries not to cross. And I don't think I enjoy anything more, like when I'm sitting on this side, more than a well-researched interview. So I try and give them that. That's all. Because if they're going to take out 3 hours of their time and, you know, travel all the way, come to my studio, record with me, I definitely want to make sure that I do like at least, you know, half a week or a week-long research on them so that I give them an interview that they enjoy.
So do you have a set of, you know, like certain number of stars that you're going to call for your show
Yes.
for your second season?
Yes,
or?
I do have. I have 12. And like last year, the ratio was 60-40 between actors and non-actors, but all celebrities. This year also, we're trying to keep it the same way, between about 70-30 between actors and non-actors. So I definitely want to touch sport. I had a beautiful recording with Sanya. She touched topics that, you know, some of which that gave me goosebumps about her story and about life and the struggles she had. They were so basic, but at the same time, you know, she's just another girl with so many issues that need to be dealt with in our country, to her binge watching a certain television show one night before Wimbledon finals. So, you know, I know all the information about her, and you will know that soon. So, and also Imtiaz, because last year we had 3 directors. We had Karan Johar, we had Farah Khan, we had Anurag Kashyap. This year I really thought that, you know, I should get another director, because directors have they have a different insight into the film industry. I'm definitely looking at one other person who's not an actor. So yeah, it's a split between people who are on screen, off screen, but all celebrities and famous people. Music, because it's a music app. We have Vishal Dadlani. This year, I think I'm going to try and get Sonu Nigam. He's pretty unfiltered, and maybe a good time for him to come and talk. Considering he's gone off all social media platforms, I'd like to I'd like to call him on my show and talk to him.
Since you're mentioning that people from different fields perhaps, so would you like to unfilter any politician?
Not really, but I'm very keen on Arnab. But I don't know if between him and me if I'll ever get a chance to talk. But there's something very, very fascinating about Arnab. It's because, yeah, like there are very few people who've actually interviewed him, and I'd like to interview him.
I'm one of them. Yeah, actually, it's actually, you know, and also that you are thinking of people from all the different fields.
Yes.
That it's not just about glamour, and it's not just about Bollywood.
Not at all, because I feel like all kinds of people listen to Savan, all kinds of people want information. Everybody's entitled to, you know, like, I know that in the same house, between my brother and my sister-in-law and my father and my mother, all of them will have a different favorite. So, you know, and I would imagine audience being like that. So I'd like to definitely make sure that we give our listeners people from different walks of life.
So if I have to unfilter Neha Dhupia, is there anything that you want to share? Maybe we don't know, nobody knows.
No, and that's a question I'll never ask my guests. I will get them to a point where they will just answer questions I want them to answer, but I would never ask them that. Of course, if you ask me that question, I'll be like, no, there's nothing I want to share.
But are you secretive otherwise also in personal life, or you're just like an open book?
No, I'm an open book. I'm not. What you see is what you get. There's very little to hide. In my personal life, there's nothing to hide. I wish I had one, but I don't. As far as the movies and the work we do, you guys know exactly what we're up to. The clothes we wear, you know what we're up to. The airport looks we wear, you guys know what we're up to. The songs in our cars that we listen to on Instagram stories, you can see what we're up to. So there's nothing really much that I'd like to hide. But I wouldn't trade my coffee and my bed for anything else in life. Yeah, I love my sleep and I love my black coffee. So those two things I'd like to share with you.
So, having said that, we can see the success of your show that's going on. Then why not a TV show? Like, you are also part of television show, and you of course have a good hang of television now. So why wouldn't you go for that, or do you plan in future?
It's very interesting, but you asked me this question even earlier on why audio, and now you're asking me about why not.
No, would you plan? Like,
I've thought about it many times. I sometimes think that maybe if I go into television or when the camera is on, I may not be able to get such an intimate conversation out. But I feel like if the show has a certain following, or if it becomes trendy enough, we may go into a season 3 where you can see what goes on. But right now, we're just focusing on season 2, and we don't know what's going to happen. But yes, the audience, the press, the media, the guests who come on the show have been kind enough to make the show what it is today. I don't think I have too much to do with it. But video is on our minds, but audio is definitely our preferred platform right now.
Okay, so when, Neha, you get time off from your shows and your shootings, what else you enjoy doing, and how do you spend the rest of the day when you have ample time in hand?
I actually have been in a situation, I've done 2 TV shows, a film, I've been producing. I've had very little time off. Like, I've had my blinders on and I've just been working. But yeah, I hang out with friends. I'm just like everybody else. I love the water, so I'd like to hit a beach for sure, like wherever I can. And I try and soak up as much vitamin C, not like vitamin C, but vitamin SEA. So yeah, so vitamin C is my cure for everything.
And also, if I talk about your films, the kind of interesting roles that we saw you in, but we miss you for a long time. Why does that happen?
No, I actually had a film called Mo Maya Money that released last year in November. And now I have a film called Tumhari Sullu, which is coming out on the 1st of December with Vidya Balan, where I play a small little part of a boss.
We saw you in Hindi medium as well.
Yes, you did. And I have another film that I'm doing, but it's just a little cameo with another actor, which is already shot, so it should be coming out soon. So yeah, Hindi medium is something I'm excited about. It's really uncanny, but I'm the boss of a radio station, and I have my own audio show, so it's very interesting to see how life comes a full circle, and the part you're playing in real life ends up becoming the part you play on camera. So I'm excited about Tumhari Sullu. It releases on the 1st of December.
So what otherwise, what kind of roles you really gets you excited that I want to do this and not maybe this, maybe that?
I'd like to do a sports biopic at some point in my life before I get too old for it. So yeah, that's something that interests me. I love zero gravity zones, so anything to do with space and like the moon and stuff. I would love to do something like that. So that's the kind of stuff that interests me a lot.
Okay. And talking about your fashion sense, because of late, as I mentioned earlier as well, that it is very eye-catching. It is very relatable. So, is this your personal style sense, or how do you work around it?
Yeah, for me, I think I'm glad you're saying style. It's never about fashion. So what's in fashion, what's not, what you see on the cover of a magazine is really not something that you can look like, because please, I want to tell all the viewers also, don't go by what's happening in a fashion magazine, because everything is a lie. वो सब post में और system में सबको पतला करके सब अजीब लगने लगते हैं. But nobody actually looks like that. So yeah, and I've tried to do that stuff, and I really get a 0 on 100 when I try and follow fashion. But yes, when I try and follow my own style, I feel very comfortable, and I dress only for myself. I don't dress for anyone else. I have a lovely stylist, but now she's turned into a designer. Her name is Sohaya, who's helped me through a lot through the years. But I think, I mean, anti-fit and anything that looks like a bed sheet is the way to go for me.
Okay, before we wrap this live chat, I have certain words, and I want you to, if you can, relate these words to any celebrity.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Thinking hat.
Yeah. Quirky.
Ranveer Singh.
Mischievous.
Mischievous. Parineeti Chopra.
I give a damn.
Kangana Ranaut.
Badass.
I'd say Anushka Sharma.
Damsel in distress.
Shraddha Kapoor.
Crybaby.
I'm not saying it. Listen to No Filter Neha Season 2 Episode 1. Varun Dhawan said it. Alia Bhatt.
Wacky.
Wacky. Karan Johar.
Dil phek.
What is the meaning of dil phek?
It's like जिसका हर बात पे हर किसी पे दिल आ जाए. Like flirtatious perhaps, yeah.
Dil phek. Let me think about it. Salman Khan.
The good girl. You can take one this one, please.
The good girl.
Yeah.
Gosh, there aren't any. I'll give it to Shraddha Kapoor because Bachari.
And the bad boy?
How can I call someone a bad boy? But just for the heck of it, Salman Khan.
The tough taskmaster. Considering the producers, directors, designers maybe.
No, I'm on a show called Roadies. People hated me because I would give them tough tasks. It's me for sure.
Really? And the diva.
The diva, I'd say Sonam Kapoor.
Okay, so that was very well answered, and
Thank
it was
you.
amazing chatting with you.
Thank you very
I hope
much.
all your viewers must have loved it.
Thank
And
you,
we're looking
thank you,
forward for the
thank
show.
you. Yes, No Filter Neha Season 2 is out now. You can download the Savan app. Agar aapke paas Savan app nahi hai, just go on the App Store and make sure you download it and listen to No Filter Neha Season 2. Episode 1 launches with Varun Dhawan. You will not believe your